this program is made to deprogram you to what you've been programmed
that
to,
is
right?
Exactly what we're about. You have to remember that. Look, whether we get 1 million views or we get one, it is still Be More. Believe me, for real. I refuse to have a generation behind me not doing better than me.
Right.
That doesn't make sense.
Right.
I can't sleep at night knowing the next generation is going to do worse than I. That doesn't make sense.
Be more for real.
DMV and Be More.
Put the number 4 up. Show them the number 4.
Here, it's like, okay, we separate. But when you move outside of Maryland, we all the same.
We all the same.
Canada
But you gotta play your role.
Canada is Be More for real. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all.
Welcome to BMore4Real podcast. Get ready for the realest conversations anywhere on the net.
Keep it locked with us.
Elvis.
Whoa. Be more for real in the building, man. Be More for Real is in the building. Brought to you by way of Real Explosions, #1 podcast in Baltimore. We gonna make sure you remember. Shout out to all of our subscribers. Shout out to all of our viewers, man. Be More for Real is in the building. Another Wednesday. It's another Wednesday. Pleasure to be a part of. Pleasure to be with you guys. Pleasure to be a part of this segment as well. As you could tell, Uncle Wayne ain't here. He's gonna be here soon. Well, no, not today. He's not going to be here today, but he'll probably be back by April the 30th. This is his birthday month, so make sure y'all go ahead and show Uncle Wayne some love. But I got you. We gonna make sure y'all taking care of today, man. In this segment, we got videos, video proof, and stuff like that. We're gonna talk about something deep. You already know it's Be More for Real. Leave your feelings at home. We came to talk about something real, and that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Realest conversation on the net. Rated R for reality. What more can I say? Be More for Real. Another Wednesday. We are here with you. Let me start off by saying, okay, let's go here real quick. Be More for Real moment. My week was pretty good. My week was definitely pretty good. Yesterday, I got to see Shameless Unplugged again. You can check them out on the Be More Pod network, man. Shameless Unplugged. They are awesome. They are so awesome. They're dope. One of the newest installments on the Be More Pod network. Great show. I had the clip, however, but also, let's just get to this too as well. We have a flyer for you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and pull that up real quick. This is the homegoing service for a man named Jesus. It's a homegoing service on Good Friday. Just for immediate releases. It's a homegoing service for a man named Jesus. It returns to the Huber Community Life Center, located at 5700 Lock Raven Boulevard in Baltimore, where Reverend Dr. P.M. Smith is the pastor. The performances will take place on Good Friday, April the 18th, 2025, 12 p.m. and 5 p.m. It's a hugely successful gospel stage play production, and it's coming off sellout shows in 2023 and in 2024. It's written by award-winning playwright Ursula V. Battle and is directed by highly acclaimed director Dr. Gregory Branch. This is a powerful modern-day depiction. It tells the story of some of Jesus's many miracles as told by those whose lives were forever changed by them. Make sure y'all go ahead and get your tickets to that. Early bird tickets are $10 until March the 23rd. which is already over. $25 after on April the 6th. Also, the doors will be open 30 minutes prior to the performance. If you guys do wish to contact them, the number is 443-531-4787 or 443-531-5839. Again, this is by Ursula V. Battle, and you guys can reach out to them for more information. We're going to go ahead and clap that up. All right, now back to the BMore4Real moment. On Monday, I was able to be a guest co-host on BMore Sports Talk, which is also on the BMore Pod Network, which y'all got to check out, by the way. Y'all got to check out the BMore Pod Network. I mean, a lot of great shows. What I'll do real quick is I'll go ahead and see if we got some clips that we can run you guys, and we'll be right back. Let's go.
I'm gonna kill these mofos for real. Give me a chance. It was more of a comment, right? They don't need this as a passport.
But anyway, I gave y'all props. That's it. I'm done with y'all. That's it.
Oh, keep it coming. It's not the end. It's not the end. V's a legend. Like.
That's super.
So, I mean, sometimes stuff like that does cause a distraction. So, had him off his game. Like, he knew something was coming out. Like, pipeline, when he was kicking that ball, something else was going through his head. 16 therapists, accusations, from 2012 to 2016.
God.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because, the timing of it, but just for 16... What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, obviously,
I was like, who does that? Who does that?
So, right, like people think you just go in there and boom, one cut, and it takes time and effort.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to really invest into it. And
right.
You got to really
Tune in to BMore Sports Talk Live every Monday at 7 p.m. exclusively on the BMore Pod Network.
I'm gonna kill these mofos for real. Give me a chance.
All right. Yeah, that was good, man. I was actually a part of that. We're gonna go ahead and clap it up. We're gonna go ahead and do that. So I was glad. I was happy to be a part of the part of the show. I got to meet Darnell Dantzler and DJ Darnell Dantzler Jr. Shout out to BMore Pod on that one, man. It was a good episode. Make sure y'all go ahead and tune in every Monday to BMore Sports Talk. Shout out brother Eric and this EBJR brand. I'm sipping from the cup right now, brother. You already know we got you. I'm sipping from the cup right now. But the Thursday night show, which is tomorrow. After this, the Thursday night show is tomorrow. And first of all, I want to apologize, brothers, that it took us so long to put this on here, put this on the stream. But we got y'all videos now, and we want our viewers to go head over to BMore Pod and follow them as well. That's our big brother station. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We're gonna roll this next clip real quick.
His studio etiquette is amazing. Like even at 5, he already knew. Like, yeah, I want this like that. Move that right there. That's a gift. That's a gift.
He got a video for Gwen Hilton. Y'all go ahead and run that video while I pop these bottles. Pop the bottle, baby.
But you get up on the table.
I want you to get up on that table. That's
and you stop.
First of all, it was the facial expressions I was making. I was looking at everybody else. Not too many people could sing like that.
Entertainment report. Entertainment report.
They ready. They ready.
We do this so we can show other people's talent, and the talent that's inside them is what they love is inside of you, man. They point out their passion, they love outside of themselves, man. And 9 times out of 10, if a person is trying to reach a goal, there's something inside of them. You got to have help.
That's my like. We here. We same with me. Like we here. We
BMore Pod, your liveliest destination. Come and join Dennis, Lene, and Joey every Thursday at 7 p.m. Your talent will make room for you.
Yeah. We're gonna go ahead and clap that up. We're gonna go ahead and clap that. Shout out to BMore Pod. Shout out to brother Bobby B, the Raw and the Reckless Underground. He said, "Hey, OMG, Bobby B is here. Appreciate you, Bobby B. Appreciate you, Bobby B. Definitely appreciate you." So yeah, BMore Pod. Go ahead and check them out, man. They dope. But I'll be doing a lot of stuff. Also, we DJing. We also we help out with the community. It's a lot of stuff we do within the community. Also, if you guys got videos, if you guys have advertisements, make sure you hit us up. We got a network of people that we work with. We're gonna make sure that we get your videos out there as well. BMore4Real. We're gonna go ahead and clap that up. Now I don't want to hold y'all long. I don't want to go back to the BMore4Real moment. I want to jump right into it because I only have a limited amount of time. I really do. Only have a limited amount of time. Ascend the icon. What's up, big brother? All right, he said, "What's up, family? What's good, fam? What's good, fam? You know you're in the house. Look, I got the mug. I got the cup. EBJR. Just played your sports commercial too, big brother, man. We appreciate you. It was a pleasure to be on the podcast. Like I said, Be More Sports Talk on the Monday nights. BMore4Real was in the building. You already know. Yours truly. This conversation, hold on to your seatbelts, right? Because I'm going to talk about something that's a little dynamic, and it's hard to talk about, I guess, for everybody, but it's not hard to talk about for me per se, because this BMore4Real. It's not hard to keep it real with the people, and I got video evidence. Trust me, I got receipts to prove what I'm saying to you, as well. So we gonna just go ahead and slip over into the topic of the night, man. The white folks ninja. What does that mean? The white folks ninja. I'm glad you might ask. If you have any comments, let us know, man, because this gonna be one of the ones, right? So you might want to ask, what do I mean by being the white folks ninja? We have a lot of people nowadays, especially with the social media craze and everything that's going on today. We have a lot of people, a lot of black people who feel as though, I guess slavery is over. I guess racism doesn't exist. All this other crazy stuff. We have a lot of events that didn't happen. One thing that didn't happen for sure was a young brother, 17-year-old by the name of Carmelo Anthony, who's making waves in the media. And so this program is made to deprogram you to what you have been programmed to. Again, this program is made to deprogram you to what you have been programmed to. And what I mean by that is like the social media conditions us and it propagandas us, if that's even a real word. I don't know. I don't care. Make it make sense. You know what I'm talking about. But social media propagandize us. That's another word I might just make up too. Well, I just did. But social media does this. It gives us the propaganda. It basically dictates our thoughts and it dictates our emotion. And we want to talk about young 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony, who is arrested and charged with murder. He's facing up to 99 years in jail for a stabbing in Fresno, California. Now, before I start to get into it, I want to make this disclosure because the internet is so weak and frail and all that stuff. We do not condone violence. We have heavy condolences for the victim and his family as well. I was able to see the video. I didn't pull up the video because it's kind of heart-wrenching too, the way the father was talking about rubbing his son's head and his cold body and stuff like that. And the father basically said, it's not goodbye, it's see you later. You just beat me to the place, and I'll let you get what you get from that. And so it's going to get deep. And the rabbit hole gonna get deeper and deeper the further we go. But trust me, I got video evidence and stuff like that. I done brought up a couple of videos, so I'm able to show you guys what I'm talking about. And some of these videos, one of these videos, they're gonna be from other races. It seems like y'all don't listen until another person say it, until you hear from a white man or a white woman. Y'all don't listen until you hear from an Asian person or whatever. But nonetheless, this show was made to deprogram you to what you have been programmed to. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's start that up. Let's go ahead and get into it. This gonna get interesting. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. We about to take y'all on the ride. So let's just start with the basics. Let's start with this.
The Kyle Rittenhouse crew is now saying that this 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony was not justified in defending himself, even though he was in a space and place that he was supposed to be. Meanwhile, Kyle Rittenhouse self-volunteered being a vigilante, traveled illegally across state lines, and quote-unquote was put in a position to defend himself when he was able to inspire two people. But this person right here, this child right here, you know what I'm saying, was in a space and place he was supposed to be, gave the child a fair warning and said, hey, put your hands on me again, and see what happened, allegedly. And we see what happened. But what we see right here is the media do not treat 17-year-olds the same at all. This child right here, they finding all type of pictures and all different ways to depict him as being hyper criminal and as being irrational, especially when it comes to defending himself. This child right here was always already seen as a rational actor, and everything that they did was seen as being justifiable because, hey, he was being a vigilante. But see, we've been knowing y'all don't treat our 17-year-olds the same. Whether they defending themselves, whether they live to tell a story, or they get put up under. You're going to always find a way to justify any bodily harm that was happening to them, and they better not defend themselves. What Malcolm X said, y'all want us to be passive, docile beings. And to be clear, I feel sorry for what happened to Austin and what's happening to his family. I also feel sorry for him and what's happening to his family. We all wish the incident that transpired under the tent never led to any type of altercation between these two, but now it's happening the way that the media is trying to depict this man right here, and they deniable plausibility of engaging in racial aesthetics while also being able to say they not. It ain't getting past nobody. You know what I'm saying? Education is elevation, and I hope this man right here gets a fair day in trial. Hey, I thought he was innocent to proven guilty. Oh, I separate one of our kids, huh? But let me get this.
Whoa. All right, so it's a lot to unpack there. And that brother that you was just listening to, he goes by the name of Conscious Lee. You can follow him on multiple various platforms, all of like the major platforms. Of course, we don't own the rights or anything to the videos that you're about to see and that you will see proceeding on. If I fail to mention the channel where we got the video from, please forgive me. Hold it to my head, not my heart, okay? But look, we got to get into it because, okay, this is, well, they say it's a self-defense case, and let's be clear. We don't know all of the details. All the facts are not there. But one thing I wanted to point out, because this program was made to deprogram you to what you've been programmed to. One thing I want to point out and highlight is how the media is portraying this. First of all, it's a young black boy, and it's a young white man, a young white male, and that's the first spinoff. They're going to spin it with the black and white thing. So let's get through that and let's see through that. Then now they want to say that, it's like premeditated murder, and they want to get this young 17-year-old boy. A lot of things have to do with this because, okay, this young boy also has a father too. They say a lot of the criminals and, the people that don't do well in society, they grow up in fatherless homes. Well, we would have to put an asterisk next to this incident as well, because here we have this young man. It is and was raised by a father who was in the home. So there's a lot of things going on here, a lot of things to unpack. So I'm gonna just tell you what I've researched, and all of these things are alleged. It's not true. It's not been fact checked or whatever. It hasn't been through court. Of course, they're gonna do their due diligence and go through the due process that they go through. But I still don't trust the government at all. And this is why I'm here to tell y'all what I'm going to tell y'all. So according to the story, right, they were at a sporting event, right? They were at a game. I can't remember what game it was. Track and field, might have been football, basketball, whatever. They were at a sporting event, and Carmelo Anthony was sitting on the bench, and then the young white male, he came and I guess approached them. This is alleged. All this stuff is allegedly. So, like I said, this is alleged. So, I want to hear your thoughts and opinions as well too. So, it's not just me. We don't speak in absolutes. A person that's speaking absolutes is an absolute fool. But as I digress, what happened is allegedly, I should say, what happened is they were in the event, and the guy came over to the bleachers or to the bench, and he told him to move, and um, Carmelo Anthony didn't want to move, and then I guess he put his hands on him or touched him, and he told him to move again, and he said, "Look, put your hands on me again or touch me again, and you're gonna see what happened." So I guess he did it again, and he found out what happened, and unfortunately, his life was taken. Now I will say this, because it's BMore4Real. I don't do no bias, no stunting. I don't do none of that. First of all, if you have to take a weapon to somewhere where you at, I don't know if you should be there in the first place. Now that's not always the case. Don't get me wrong, because people go into the malls and all that stuff, and they shoot up the malls and shoot up the schools. So there should definitely be responsible gun owners in the vicinity. But a lot of times, if you feel like you have to carry weapons and artillery, I don't think that's a place where you should put yourself, that you should subject yourself to. A center icon, he said, yeah, can't trust them at all. You definitely can't trust them. You can't trust the media. You can't trust the government. And I'm going to tell you why. You can't trust the media, you can't trust the government, because they're gonna spin a story. They're gonna give the narrative. The way that they describe what's going on about this situation. And like I said, I want to stress too, it's so sad and unfortunate. Both of these young men were teens. They were 17 years old. And this is another thing that social media has done. We are desensitized and dehypnotized to the value and the significance of life. Again, I'm going to say that again. We are desensitized and hypnotized to the value and the significance of life. And that's really important. That's real important, because you got a father, you got and the child itself, he lost his life. At what point we gonna stop laughing at people dying? You understand what I'm saying? That's crazy, because we all gonna meet our fate one day, and trust and believe, you ain't gonna want people laughing and giggling and kiki hi over your demise. That's ridiculous. Number one, that's the propaganda. That's some other propaganda that we don't realize. Number one. So yes, an icon. He said, sad, shake my head. Oh, be more part in the house. He said, hello, my brother. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for joining. We're gonna go ahead and clap that up. Appreciate y'all for joining. Hey, be more part. We was actually able to pull up some of your videos on our podcast earlier. For your podcast and everything, like I said, hold it to my head, not my heart. You know what I'm saying? It took us a while to do it, but we got the videos on there, and I appreciate y'all for, doing everything y'all do, man. Dennis, Maria, Sandy, look, all y'all are just too awesome. It's just so many dope personalities over there. As I digress or regress, same word, but I want to say that these are two 17-year-old boys, Carmelo Anthony, and then you seen Kyle Rittenhouse. I love how the Conscious League brought in Kyle Rittenhouse, right? Because you have, I guess, the white folk who going to stick up for their kind, right? And notice the title of the video, the white folks nigga, the white folks ninja, whatever. We about to get into it. Notice the title, because they're going to stick up for them. They're going to stick up for Kyle Rittenhouse, who went all the way from somewhere to Kenosha, Wisconsin, to do what he did. And they said he was defending himself. And to me, to be honest, it looked like the brother did defend himself. He was on the ground before shots was fired. I'm going to just be more for real. But on another note, I'm saying, when we go to these sporting events and we feel like we got to take weapons with us, maybe we shouldn't be at that event, because I don't know. Maybe that's setting yourself up for failure. Maybe that's setting yourself up for premeditated murder and other charges related. So, I will say this as men, period. Like, if you feel like you got to bring a weapon somewhere and you always got to bring a weapon, you probably shouldn't be there most of the time. That's just my thoughts. All right. So now as we move on from this, right, I want to say the social media is really hypnotizing us to a lot of this stuff, to where as though we have other black people saying that, oh, you crazy. You're going to be crazy for saying what I'm going to say. You're going to be crazy for saying what I'm saying currently right now. It's like, you the white folks ninja. It's people online, and I swear to Bings, I wanted to bring these brothers up, and I ain't going to do that. You want to know why? Because they other brothers too, and hopefully eventually they'll come around. Because I wasn't always thinking the way that I think now, and I didn't always have the thoughts that I think now, but I do think it's important to meet people where they at. So instead of ostracizing these black brothers and trying to put them out because they brown nosing white people and maybe they scared to stick up for black people, it don't matter. But what I will say is this: a lot of our black people are agents of white supremacy. And I did hear Charleston White say that, but I didn't get this from Charleston White. I've been had this notion. I've been researching a lot of things, and black people have a habit of trying to appease everybody else but our own selves. And I love the way that the rap song said, Finesse 2 Times. He said, it's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. And that's why probably one of the hardest bars you could start a song off with, first and foremost. But second of all, when you really get what he's saying, it's cool when they do it, but it's a problem when I do it, F him. Now we're going to start to really understand what he's saying and where we got to go with this. And let me tell you where I'm going with this. Because the other nations of people, like I said, they come over here, the white people and all that stuff, they know how to band together. It's the reason why Trump is in office. They get together, they got their own communities. Let me put it to you like this, and I'm not going to hold no bars either. We think that segregation don't exist no more either. Let me tell you how freaking great social media is. We think it's all good and it's all gravy and segregation and racism don't exist no more. And this is my problem with them brown nosing ass niggas that's trying to be the white folks nigga. This is my problem with that, because guess what? They're still all white states, idiot. Now look, I'm sorry for calling you idiot. I just gotta be more for real. You're ignorant. You're unlearned. Check this out. They're all white states: Maine, Wyoming, Montana, Wisconsin, Arkansas. There are a lot of predominantly white states. I'm talking about 85, 90% of the population of the state. Maine included. I'm telling you, there are multiple white states, and black people are only concentrated in certain cities in America. Black people ain't in, that's how they got all white states. First of all, we only 13, 14% of U.S. population. There's no way we're going to populate all the states. If you think racism don't exist, not racism, but desegregation. If you think segregation, not desegregation, but segregation. If you think segregation don't exist, then look at the cities in America. The ones where it's predominantly black is predominantly black. That's why a lot of black people share the same experiences, because we all come from the same hoods. We all concentrated into the same areas. And they got us thinking that segregation don't exist no more. Man, there are still sundown towns in America where you better not walk your tail in that town after the sunset. And in the wintertime, it's going to be about 4 o'clock, 4:30 before you got to get out of Dodge. So when did this stuff stop to exist? I understand, and I'm going to be more for real too. I understand that black people, especially black men, my black men, I love y'all, of course. And I'm an advocate for black men, black families. I'm an advocate for men, period. But us as black men, we cannot use racism maybe individually. We cannot use that as a crutch. We cannot use that as an excuse individually. Pay attention to what I'm saying. We cannot use that, and not just black men. I'm just saying especially black men, but black people as a whole, especially black men. We cannot say because the white man, because the judge, because he did this and all that. Y'all don't know how stupid we sound. You know how many times they done heard that? Or why this ain't happening? Why you commit this crime? Why you did that? Because the white man and a judge, you know what that tells somebody that got any kind of sense? You don't take accountability or responsibility for nothing you do. If you did something and you created action as a man, not just a black man, as a man, if you brought a baby into this world and you say, oh man, I don't want nothing to do with it, and you choose not to be, look, that's you. It's not, oh, my baby mother, my order. You haven't learned. You ain't pick it up yet. You ain't get it. So as I regress or digress, we cannot use individually. We can't say, okay, racism or the white man or the judge, can't say that individually, but as a collective, for damn sure we can say as a collective, as a general, the law's been predicated on keeping black people down. And not only that, it's been predicated on keeping black people in place. And I got videos to prove it as well. The Robert Blunt collection, brother Bobby B, appreciate you. He said, do you think that the president is trying to make everyone dependent and form a dictatorship? Great question. Awesome question, and I appreciate that question as well. Let me know y'all questions regarding what I'm talking about too, because if I trust me, I might go a little bit too fast. I only have a limited amount of time, but great question. I would say no. President Trump is not trying to make a dictatorship. I would say that President Trump still has the interests of America at heart. But see, my issue with America is America has always been predicated on the defamation, defaming, and all of that stuff of the black people and the black culture. And let me say this too, because it's a lot of people that accept our culture, right? And they want to do the things that black people do, but they don't want the stigmas that's placed on us. They just want to carry out the acts. The white women with the twerking, all of that stuff, trying to act like the nails, all that other stuff. You know, this is all stuff that was created by black culture, was not created by white culture. This is something that we have to accept. Black people have created culture, and specifically black people in America. Everybody is looking at the American culture, and American culture is predicated off of black people. So that's why we're gonna get into culture vultures and stuff like that, what a culture vulture is and things like that. But America is the ultimate culture vulture because they have no culture. And the reason why they don't want us to think about slavery and all this stuff and always keep trying to downplay the fact of slavery is because they never fixed it. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that soon. Let me go ahead and pull up some videos, man, because I'll get the ranting and raving. But let me show you some videos. And before I get into this video, I'm gonna tell you what they do with the movies and what they do with the music. And this is how they propagandize us. I know that's not a word, but that's a word. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I'm gonna make up a bunch of words while I'm up here. So what? You know what I'm talking about? But look, let's be more for real. The music and the movies. This is why we're only portrayed in a certain light. And as much talent as black people have, I don't know why we don't own a lot of things. Look, black people made the cotton gin press, all this other stuff, right? Responsible for botanicals, things like that, right? We don't even own material. When we get material, we gotta get material with other people's names on it. Kanye West was really trying to popularize, you know, black gear like the Yeezy collection and all that stuff and make it expensive because black people sell out quick for white people stuff. The Giuseppe's, the Ralph Laurens, these are white people names. These are white Europeans, not African American, American and all that stuff. We sell out quick for the other brand just to be like the white folk. And we don't have to do none of that at all. Matter of fact, that's their tactic, is what I'm saying. And they use a lot of the music in the movies to basically swindle us into this so quote unquote culture that we have. And I'm gonna get into the culture and we're gonna see exactly what the culture is. Ascent Icon, he said that's how they try to control us. Mind control. It's not just they're trying to. This is how they do control us. Like I used to say, the old folks back in the day used to say television was to television. And I don't think we understand the significance of television or even radio anymore. It's called entertainment. It's called media. It's called programming. That's why I specifically say the words. I strategically say the words that I say. This program is made to deprogram you to what you have been programmed to. As I digress, let's get into this video about Leo Cohen. Leo Cohen was on the Breakfast Club, and he's going to tell you why the music industry we always had this question, why do they keep putting these rappers out? Why do they keep putting these entertainers out? Why do they keep on portraying us in this light? And I just told you that black people, we don't control Hollywood. We're not responsible. And like I just told you, black people sell out quick. We quick to buy and get on the white people's ship. And that's the problem. And you're going to hear other white people say the same thing I'm saying too. Don't think it's a problem because another black man saying it. And if I get on your nerves, so what? So be it. Let's talk about it. Let's put this clip up. Let's do it.
Really rough, particularly on women. But I think it helped change the course of the crack epidemic. I don't know what's this opioid thing, man.
But being a crackhead wasn't cool back then. Being a crackhead wasn't cool. Now they seem like they're making it cool to be drinking lean and syrup and
it's the most dangerous. It's the most dangerous thing that's facing our society.
So why sign an artist that would promote that?
Because I already answered that question. You weren't paying attention. She asked me talent or issues, and I said talent. But I have to. I can't give up on people.
But I'm saying that's hypocritical, though. You're saying
it's opportunistic. Yeah. I got people to feed. I got a business to run.
You're gonna make Dame Dash take this clip and call you a culture vulture.
Who's Dame Dash? You brought up.
Whoa. Okay. So now you see a little bit what I'm saying. That's out of his mouth. Leo Cohen. That's out of his mouth. These are multimedia radio executives. And let me tell you something about this. Because they try to make my guy Kanye, who wants to be known as Ye. I'm sorry, because I said Kanye a couple times. He wants to be known as Ye. Send an icon. He said because it sells. Exactly, because it sells. But you know what amazes me is that this ninja said, I got a family to feed. And they was asking him, well, you talking about it's degrading women. You talking about it's sowing the drug epidemic, the music that he's responsible for pushing. At that, he's saying that I got a family to feed too. That's his excuse. That's his excuse. And let's be more for real. These are Jewish people. These are Jewish people. And I don't understand why the church don't tell you, but the Jewish people are not the white ones that you see over there. As a matter of fact, if you don't believe me, look into the Bible. And I ain't gonna get too churchy, but in Exodus chapter number 4, I think it's verse 16, when the Most High was talking to Moses, he told Moses, put your hand in your bosom. And Moses put his hand in his bosom, and his hand came out leprous as snow. That's what the Bible say, leprous as snow, which means your hand turned white. If your hand had to turn white, that means you wasn't white to begin with. Then when Moses put his hand back into his bosom and took it back out, his hand was renewed to his original color, which means Moses was a man of color. But if you let them tell it, you got the white Jesus and all that stuff, and that's how they created slavery. A lot of Negroes was enslaved over white Jesus, and they don't want you talking about it. Neither does the black church. So what? I don't care. Be more for real. Who's going to tell you? I don't care who told I step on, because at the end of the day, the truth is the truth. It don't. I disagree with the sin, not the sinner. I disagree with the action, not the person. See, that's the difference in me. That's why I don't care, because I can sit up into your face and tell you I disagree with you, but still love you at the same time. These other people, they can't do that because they've been conditioned to have the confirmation bias that we've been talking about. If you don't know what confirmation bias is, that confirmation bias is when people seek out things that jive with their ideals. You cannot get along with people and you reject knowledge or you reject content of things that disagree with what you believe. And see, what that creates is confirmation bias. Don't believe me? Look it up. We already did a show on there. I'm not going to go deeper down to it. But let me tell you this. They try to make Kanye West, I'm saying Kanye West, so we know who I'm talking about, Kanye West, they tried to make him out to be crazy when he was talking about the Jewish people, when he was talking about the Jewish labels and executives. As a matter of fact, before I keep going, let me go ahead and pull up the video, because I told you I got receipts, right? I got receipts today. I'm not just going to rant and rave. I got receipts today. We're going to do it. Let's go ahead and do it.
Of Universal Studios, 20th Century Fox, ABC News, CBS News, Columbia Pictures, Warner Brothers, ESPN Sports, Fox News, Washington Post, Metro Goldwyn Mayer, MTV Music Television, Nickelodeon, USA Today, Wall Street Journal, Comedy Central, NBC Entertainment, Google, what else do we have? Disney, ABC Kids and Family, YouTube, Los Angeles Times, Discovery Network, Paramount Pictures, Facebook, Huffington Post, Yahoo, Marvel, Hulu, Cosmopolitan, Time, Touchstone, Associated Press, Pixar, Miramax, HBO, New York Post, LucasArts, MSNBC, DreamWorks Animation. Now, the thing is, I skipped over maybe about 5 of them because it was just unclear on this list. The red are the executives that are Jewish.
Be more for real. Look, we're going to go ahead and clap it up because this is the realest conversation, right? This is a real conversation, right? We're gonna go ahead and clap that up, and I want y'all to pay attention to this. Remember, I told you this program is made to deprogram you what you've been programmed to. Look, I'm almost ready to cuss. I don't give a bleep what you heard. You about to hear some real stuff today because this what really sets me off, right? They tried to make Kanye out to be crazy because he was talking about the Jewish people and the executive labels and all that stuff. When the Jewish people, and I'm bringing this up strategically, I don't care about the ADI. I don't care about the what do you call it? The people that get you for anti-defamation, whatever that league is. I don't care about none of that. I cares about none of that. I care about the truth. And if I'm lying, then I'm fine. Sue me or prove me wrong. Let's just say that. I'm gonna get that out the way for a disclaimer. But the Jewish people, right? Kanye just told you, ABC, NBC, all these networks, right? They're also the majority of judges and doctors and stuff like that, which fascinates me because the Jewish people, if I'm not mistaken, are less than 3% of total U.S. population. And you talking about black people? Remember, I just told you earlier, black people 14% of U.S. population. Now look at the disparity. Look at the disparity in the representation. See, I said it before, and I'm going to keep on saying it again. Black people are overrepresented in the bad areas. The bad areas like the prison industrial complex. How are the jails 45, 48% black when black people are 13, 14% of U.S. population, whereas when it comes to the businesses in America, black people are less than 2% of owned businesses in America, but yet we are 13% of U.S. population. That's exactly what I mean by overrepresented in one area and underrepresented in another area. And see, this is what this platform is for, because I know it's a lot of entertainment. We all love entertainment. Shit, I watch Power. I watch all that stuff. I watch football, baseball, hockey, whatever. Sports betting, I do it all, right? I watch it all. But it's still a distraction. We got to understand where this stuff even came from to begin with. It started with the Romans. A lot of people back in the day, during Caesar's time and all that stuff, during the Roman Empire, a lot of the civilians or the peasants at the time, they were not only unhappy with the Roman authority and the Greek authority, the Greeks too. The Romans, they was not only happy with the government authority, but they were also bored. It was nothing for them to do. So that's why they created the Roman Colosseum. Don't believe me? Look it up. This stuff's still standing today. Why are we dummies sitting here with smartphones? Why are we dummies sitting here with smartphones? That was where entertainment first took off, from the Roman Colosseum. They get everybody in there and they bring all this stuff in there to distract the people from what the leaders were truly doing. So, okay, entertainment is still entertainment. We love entertainment. We need entertainment, or else it's going to keep us bored and stuff like that. And also, an idle mind is the devil's playground. We know that. But as I digress, we try to make Kanye out to be the villain, right? Ye. I want to say ye, but a lot of people might not know, just in case you're watching. I sent an icon. He said all the companies are about program. Exactly. And that's why they call it programming. That's just exactly why they call it programming. And that's exactly why I say the show is made to deprogram you to what you have been programmed to. Now, I notice there's a lot of information to take in and things like that. You might not have comments, but spam the comments, like the chat. If you here, we appreciate all our live viewers. Make sure you take a second out to like the chat. That's another thing that's wrong with black people. It only takes you like you got to stretch your finger and you got to press a button to hit the like button. There's people that you know, and they will sit there and watch your content, and they won't even have enough nerve to hit the like button. That's where the programming conditioning come in. I'm trying to hit multiple subjects, but that's important too. All you got to do is hit the like button. All you got to do is hit the subscribe button and stretch your finger. Not even asking you to pay money. But if Beyonce or they had another world tour coming, the Renaissance tour, whatever tour, you're going to pay your money and all that stuff, and you're going to drive and go out your way just to go support these folks that don't care about you. It's crazy. We need to get over that hump. That's another deprogramming tactic. But as I regress, I try to make Kanye West out to be crazy. But the funny thing is, in Baltimore, because it's BMore4Real, we are in Baltimore. In Baltimore, we have a town called Jewtown. The Jewish people own everything in the town, including the hospitals. I mean, every freaking thing. The stores, the houses, they own the land. They own every facet of it, right? Remember, I was telling you, it's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it, right? They own it. And I don't have a problem with that. But when it comes to us uniting, when it comes to black people building our communities, the pushback is heavy, even on our own team, from our own constituents. We got some comments. Midlife Logic, we appreciate you for joining. Midlife Logic said Brandon Scott ain't. We got a lot. He said, yeah. I mean, I know Pikesville, Owens Mills, yeah, Jewtown. We know Jewtown. We appreciate your comments as well. Shout out to you, Midlife Bro Logic. We appreciate the comments, whether you agree or disagree. It's all the same. But what I'm saying is, it's a deprogramming, and we need to realize this as black people. It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. See, it's cool for the Jewish community to do that. It's cool for them to come over here and have that. It's cool for the German towns. It's cool for the little Italies that they have downtown. It's cool for that, right? But it's not cool when we do it. Why is that? Why is there so much pushback? Why is there so much suffering? How come everywhere where black people are heavily populated at, it becomes the hood? It becomes the ghetto. See, the neighbors is taken out. It's no longer a neighborhood. It's the hood. That's wild, right? That's extremely wild, right? Now, look, check this out. The Jewish people, they own the major executive labels, and they try to make us seem like Ye was crazy. But he couldn't have been more right about what he was saying. He was not wrong. And then I just showed you Leo Cohen, right? And he's a major music exec, just like, I'm about to bring his name up. What is his name? Clive Davis. Clive Davis is another Jewish brother too, right? He's the one that groomed Diddy. We got all this Diddy talking on no Diddy and all this stuff, Diddy parties, all this Diddy funny stuff when Clive Davis groomed him. Clive Davis waited until he was 50 years old to come out and say he was bisexual. You want to know why? Because he was running game on them ninjas that's what he was talking. That's why Leo Cohen was talking about Dame Dash. Bruh, I hate to break the news to you, and I'm not the type to do all that propaganda stuff. If I'm lying, I'm flying. Clive Davis groomed P. Diddy. So if P. Diddy did anything, he learned from the white man himself, Mr. Jewish white man himself. And ain't nobody gonna say it because they scared. You got these ninjas around here that's scared to say something to the white man because of your job or something like that. Oh, I'm gonna talk about that too. Let's go ahead and pull this up real quick because y'all gonna understand what I'm talking about. Y'all gonna understand.
I hired a pair of young white men and a pair of young black men, and for each pair, I randomly assigned one individual in the pair a criminal record. What this means is none of the young men in the study who were posing as job applicants actually had criminal records in real life. But for the purposes of these applications, they communicated to employers that they had a felony conviction. So looking first at the outcomes for white testers, we see that about 34% of whites with no criminal record received a callback or job offer, compared to just 17% of whites with a criminal record. So we see that criminal record reduces employment opportunities by about 50%. In the case of black testers, 14% of those with no criminal background received a callback or job offer, relative to just 5% of blacks with a criminal record. A black applicant with no criminal background received callbacks or job offers at about half the rate of an equally qualified white applicant. But the most surprising finding was really related to blacks with no criminal background relative to whites with a felony conviction. We find that a white applicant with a felony conviction fared just as well, if not better, relative to a black applicant with a clean record. This suggests that being black in America today is essentially like having a felony conviction in terms of one's chances of finding employment.
That's why your black ass scared to say something. And I'm gonna tell you, you the white folks ninja. And I know I'm gonna piss some people off, but stop having the confirmation bias. If you white, you black, it don't matter. We gotta talk about this because she just told you that being black in America with a clean record is just like being white with a felony. That's what she said, not me. And I'm not white. She is. So this is what I'm saying. We don't listen. You don't want to listen to another black man when he said, right? You don't want to listen to that, right? Right. And Midlife Bro Logic, we appreciate the comments as well. He said white and Jewish are not the same. They are not like us. And I can't agree or disagree, but what I will say is that Jewish people are classified as white. And so this is the thing that I want to deprogram you to. See, when the Irish people, they face scrutiny too. The Jewish people, they face scrutiny too, just because of who they were and all that stuff. But you see the Irish and the Jewish and the Germans, now they on top. God damn it, Trump and his family and people are from Germany. And look at him, Mr. President Trump, Mr. German roots. So this is what I will say, is that it's cool for them to get redemption. It's cool for them to get reparations. It's cool for them to have what they have, but not cool for us. And they say, okay, well, the black community is crime riddled, just like you said, brother Bro Logic. He said in the hood because, the crime in the litter. And that's a great point because black people often, we came up around filth. And so now this is why the hoods are the hoods. We know the hood grimy, the hood filthy. And this is why I keep saying the white folks ninja, because the comments like that, we keep on feeding into their stereotypes. When they keep having these rappers and all that stuff, we need to change the culture. At this point, and I hate to quote Charleston White, but he was right on this. I don't care if I like him or not. What he said is true. When you are killing each other as black people, when you are putting each other down, when you are gatekeeping, you are the white folks nigga. Period. You the white folks nigga. You working for white supremacy, and y'all kill off more people than some racist white people. How the hell you gonna fucking blame white racism when there's other niggas that's killing each other? Pac said it himself. He said, and they say it's the white man I should fear, but it's my own kind doing all the killing here. That's what Pac said. It's the white man I should fear, right? No. It's you ninjas. You are agents of white supremacy. Trust me. And we are so quick to sell out for them. Get a backbone. Get a backbone. The brothers that's out here gang banging, that's not where the gangs came from, man. That's not where the gangs came from. Gangs started out taking care of the community. Black Panthers and all of them. It was the government that labeled them as terrorists. Why hasn't the KKK and all them been labeled as domestic terrorists? Why not? Because they are judges, lawyers, and doctors. This is why we need black people in prominent positions, and we need them to understand the plan. We need the black people in prominent positions, and we need the black people to understand the plan. See, you are agents of white supremacy when you are a black cop, and all you doing is harassing other black people. And you sit there and let other white cops harass black people in front of your face. You a coward. You a coward, and you don't got no backbone. And I said it. And I'm BMore4Real, and you know where to find me. You know where to catch me. Every single Wednesday, rated off of reality. But you out here, Real Explosion. Realest conversation on the net. What's up? It's these folks that are the white people's ninjas. I'm telling you, you little young YNs, you out here carrying your mask on. This is why it's the hood. You got your mask on. It's 70, 80 degrees outside, and you don't even fucking ski. And you out here looking like you up to no goddamn good. What the hell is wrong with y'all? And look, I'm gonna say another thing. You YNs, all you gangbangers that want to bang on other niggas, this what? Don't claim the ancestors then. Do not claim the ancestors. Everything they fought and died for, y'all doing y'all damnedest and y'all hardest to bring that shit back. Everything they done fought and died so hard for. Y'all doing everything to reverse that. And you perpetuating the stereotypes about black ninjas and young ninjas. And we wonder why Trayvon Martin died with a hoodie on. Wake up. Wake the fuck up. The churches don't want to teach the truth about Christ. Christ was not a white man. I don't care who get upset about that. Christianity enslaved and did more to black people. It created the greatest atrocity on the face of this earth with the transatlantic slave trade through Christianity. Wake up. When we gonna have those conversations? When we gonna have the conversations that the freaking healthcare system, the same healthcare system that the majority of black women work for in our community, and they do a great job at it, but how our black women die at least 2 or 3 more times giving birth than any other race? That's bull crap. Get our people in there. We need more black doctors and lawyers that understand the plan and that understand what's going on. And I don't care how you feel about it. I said what I said. They want to tell you, oh, we don't see in color. What, you colorblind? You can't see the black man, the brown man, the blue man? You colorblind now? That's the stuff that I'm talking about. And like I said, if you're a YN, listen up. This is important. Stop claiming the ancestors. Stop claiming other religions and all that other stuff. You playing with religions, people's faith. You playing with people's lives, and you playing with people's ancestry. And you get up on there and you talk all this. Oh, yeah. Y'all are the culture vultures too. You just like the white man, Leo Cohen, or even worse. Stop getting up on there talking about you for black people, and all you do is talk about how women ain't it. And you talk about how ninjas ain't us, or you talk about how you gonna kill this and kill that. You are an agent of white supremacy, my brother. You are the agent. You do more damage to the black community than racism ever will. So we need to wake up, man. It's time to wake up. Like I said, this is gonna be a powerful thing. This is gonna be something to talk about. And I have receipts, man. I have receipts. And see, it's hard. It really is hard, man. It's hard to really gauge all this stuff. We got some comments. I'm gonna get into them. I'm sorry about that, man. I was on my rant. Let's start with R.O. Beard. He said, "Amen, brother Dan, Ryan Weatherford." Yeah. Appreciate you, brother Ryan. Oh, that's my bro, yo. That's my bro, Ryan. That's my bro, Ryan, man. Shout out Ryan, yo. You welcome down here anytime, bro. He said, "Speak, Danny." He said, "Preach, brother." Everybody saying preach, man. I appreciate it. Make sure y'all like the stream too, man. Ryan, man, I gotta get you down here, bro. Like, what's up, bro? It's been a long time no see. That's my bro, Ryan, man. But yeah, like, look, it is really important. And so the major thing about it all too is, like I was saying, the Jewish people, they own a lot of stuff, right? But they also own the music industry, and they will never. And he just told you, Leo Cohen just told you, they will never ever push somebody with sense. You wonder why we don't come out with content, or rap keep getting worse and worse, and it's 2025. It's getting progressively worse. Like the greatest rappers didn't happen 20, 30 years ago. You wonder why? He told you why, because he got a family to feed. And Charlemagne put him on the spot. He said, Dame Dash gonna call you the culture vulture. You know why? Put the two and two together. This is what they doing. And this is why we got to control media. This is why I'm thankful, even though it's a white man that made YouTube and all this stuff, I'm appreciative. And trust me, I don't hate white people at all. But shit, we gotta face the real. If we can't talk about the real, it's like bleeding out from a wound that we refuse to address. And you ninjas too, I keep talking about the YNs, you ninjas too that got a big platform, and y'all keep on brown nosing these white people because y'all scared to say something to their face. Man, y'all are the same. Y'all in the same boat as these YNs running around with these masks on in the summertime with no skis and don't even know how to ski. Y'all the same boat. You in the same boat. Keep trying to brown nose these white people. I'm for my people. At the end of the day, I'm for my people. I don't know why it's so hard to say that. When Trump came out, when any other race come out, they for their people. That's how we got Jewtown. That's how we got Germantown. But where's Negro Town at? Where's the predominantly black communities that's wealthy and rich? No, when we get rich, we move out the hood into their shit. Where's our shit? Where is our shit? And I'm mad, I'm livid, and I'm adamant about it. Where's our shit? Y'all are working counterproductive. I don't know what they doing to y'all to coach y'all into believing that black people should be assimilated. I'm gonna tell you another thing too. DEI. This is all the shit that they keep doing. When we want to do like Black Lives Matter, right? I'm just using this as an example. When we say we're going to do something specifically for black people, what they say is we're going to do DEI. We're going to include all of the minorities and all that shit. No. Hell no. I'm going to tell you like Dr. Claude Anderson said, a country that did something specifically to a people, to a group of people, should do something specifically for a group of people. The Asians wasn't redlined or none of that shit. It was Negroes that was redlined. Dummy. Why do your programs gotta impact all these other people included? That don't make no goddamn sense. I'm gonna tell you another thing. They got the LGBTQ. There's another way they separate us, because black rights is all rights. I don't care if you Muslim, Christian, gay, straight, whatever. Black rights are black rights. But they're going to say, no, we want gay rights because gay rights include white people and all these other people and all this other shit, man. Fuck all that shit too. And you heard what I said. And I said it for a reason. Fuck all that shit too. Y'all do it strategically to divide. I know the enemy. I see the devil right in his face. You come to divide and conquer. So now you got the Christian over here, you got the Muslim over there, you got the gay man over there, and none of them can't get along because you control it all. Fuck you too, and I said it in real words, in real time, real live. You know what I'm saying? Real live. I'm sorry about that, but I'm adamant about that. I'm gonna clap it up for my goddamn self. I don't care what that. I'm gonna clap it up for my damn self. And so, yeah, Ryan, he said I'm in Harrisburg still. Yeah, big brother, man. Gotta get you down here. You know what I'm saying? You part of the family. He said, BMore4Real said you speaking the truth. He said, Uncle Otis. Ryan always funny. But Uncle Otis. No, I don't mean to be an Uncle Otis, but I really do mean to deprogram the people to what they've been programmed to. We've been programmed to a lot of things, but we gotta build our network up. We can't let these media, we can't let none of these people control us to the point where we can't control ourselves and get ourselves together. Our young kids are running rampant over the community, and they're doing a lot of things that they shouldn't be doing. We got a lot of things going on in our community, and we just let it run rampant. And it's not until somebody on the outside say something about our community where as though we want to come together and get it right. I'm gonna show this one last video, and then I'm gonna get out of here. But let's just get into it. I'm deprogramming right now.
Wonder why slavery isn't treated the same as other tragedies in human history, like the Holocaust. Now, let me make it clear, I am in no way disrespecting the Jewish community and what they went through. The Holocaust was a travesty. And the empathy, support, reparations that the Jewish community got, they deserve. But my question is, why isn't slavery treated the same way? Slavery lasted for hundreds of years. The conditions in which slaves were treated, inhumane doesn't even cover it. Slavery was creatively insane. Like the things they did to those people, sometimes I don't even like learning about it because it's who does that to another human? And even after slavery was abolished, there were systems put into place to continue to subjugate Black people. Systems that still exist today. Black people are still oppressed in America, and if we even bring up something like reparations like other groups got, people get offended. If the Holocaust is brought up, we respect it, as we should. But if someone brings up slavery, people act annoyed or they don't want to talk about it. Like growing up, I've always wondered why slavery isn't treated.
It's a lot to unpack in that video. And so I want to start with a disclaimer too. And I'm glad she made a disclaimer because the internet and social media is a wild place. You just got to make a disclaimer. Just because, like I was talking about Carmelo Anthony earlier in his situation as well, you know, my heart pours out for the family of the victim. You know, it's still a life. We don't value life. I value life, all life. Turtle life, plant life, it don't matter. Life is life. I think we've been deprogrammed and hypnotized as well, not just Black people, but society as a whole in America has been desensitized to the significance of life and the value of life. Far as I know, we only get one chance at life. I've never seen nobody get up out the grave, come back as a spider, none of that shit that they teach, whatever. We'll get into it later. But anyway, we get one life and we haven't valued it. But now notice this, and this is what I'm saying, because we back on the Jewish subject and stuff like that, and Black people. So we talk about the Holocaust, and we know it was a tragic event. Some people don't believe it happened, but they're idiots because it's history. It's already documented in history. It's not a fluke. It's not a hoax or at all. Hitler was actually a real person. So although that was a tragedy and all that stuff, we downplay the significance of slavery. Notice what she said though, and I want to highlight that point. The Holocaust happened what is World War I, World War II, and it lasted for what? Let's say even if it lasted for 30 years, you talking about 400 plus years of slavery with Black people and oppression. 400 plus years, and they'd be quick to tell you, even other Black people, pick yourself up by your bootstraps. No, nigga, change the government. The government has to change. And it's going to take a lot of us to get a backbone because we got the people that's policemen and doctors and all that stuff, and they still follow their curriculum without questioning. The same curriculum that had Black men incarcerated at least 4 or 5 times more than the next race. The same system that has Black women disproportionately dying giving childbirth. The same system that has Black people 2%, less than 2% of Black-owned businesses. The same system that funded the prison industrial complex where black people make up damn near half of the jails. The same system that we never try. But we want to execute their plans. No, when your ass get in there, when your black ass get in there, do what you're supposed to do for your people. Or else you can't come to the cookout. You just like the white racist man that we don't even trust. Do something for your people, stand on business, or we done with you. You heard me. But as I digress, it's the same thing. That's what I'm telling you. I'm deprogramming you. Trust me. That's what she did. And I'm just bringing the point to light. We have the utmost severe reverence for the Holocaust. But when it comes to slavery, they downplay it. Oh, man, slavery don't exist. They say, oh, man, I grew up poor and all that stuff. The way as though they associate being poor with being black. You think just because you poor that you were black. I heard that from another black sister too, by the way, but I can't remember her name. It don't matter. What she said is true. You associate being poor with black. You ain't black just because you grew up poor. When the police pull you over and shoot you like a dog, or when you whistle to a woman and you die at 14 years old like Emmett Till, then you talk to us. Then let's have that conversation. When your 14-year-old dying like Trayvon Martin because they walking in the wrong neighborhood, then you had that conversation with us. And until it happened for 400 consecutive years, don't say shit. Don't say nothing. I'm going to be the one to say something. How about that? I'm going to be the one to say something because everybody act like they scared to say something. But look, man, this is the realest conversation on the goddamn net. Y'all already know. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. We live every single Wednesday, man. And we're gonna keep it be more for real. Look, if you hate the conversation, I will say this. Still subscribe to the channel so you don't have confirmation bias. It's part of deprogramming. At least you hear the other side of the story. Or it might be more than one or two sides of the story. But never just listen to people who want to cater to your ego. They're going to be lying to you. And then you're going to be wondering why you keep suffering the same fate, especially our women. Our women have a bad culture of that. Not just black women, our women, period. They have a bad culture of that. A nigga can't tell you the truth. They can't tell you whatever. They got to lie to you in order to get a certain reaction out of you. They are conditioning us the same way they condition these women to be lied to, because the moment somebody say something you disagree with, you ready to cut them off. That's confirmation bias. If you ready to cut somebody off because they disagree with what you do or what you said, you have confirmation bias. I am talking directly to you. Still subscribe to this channel. Still like the stream. Y'all know it's BMore4Real. And if you disagree, it don't matter. If you disagree, it don't matter. So y'all know what time it is. BMore4Real. Brother Bobby B, he said, OMG for real. Yeah, we appreciate y'all, man. BMore4Real. Keep it locked with us each and every single Wednesday. Brought to you by way of Real Explosion. BMore4Real in the bill. Let's go.